Hi, I am Geeta Sharma and you are watching my channel Z Online CBSE English Classes. In the previous video, I had explained the first two stanzas where poet talked about the miserable condition of the children living in slum. In this stanza, the pensive poet turns belligerent, that means he is aggressive and feels that Shakespeare is wicked. Surely, Shakespeare is wicked. The map, a bad example, with ships and sun and love tempting them to steal. The poet calls Shakespeare as wicked because he misleads the children. They can never attain his literary genius. And map is a bad example because it displays the beautiful world of ships, sun and love which is far away from them to reach. So these beautiful things tempt them to steal for lives that slyly turn in their cramped holes. Slyly means very deceitfully. So you can see that the poet wants to tell that they tried to escape from the cramped holes, but they could not. They know that their whole lives, these slum children whole lives will revolve around the uncertainty. From fog to endless night means that their whole lives are full of uncertainty. They live in darkness with no opportunity. On their slag heap, these children wear skins peeped through by bones and spectacles of steel with mended glass like bottle bits on stones. Here, the poet says that these children are so thin. They are so thin that they seem to wear skins covering their peeping bones. The steel-framed spectacles with repaired glasses make them appear like broken pieces of a bottle scattered on stones and have been mended to frame their glasses. That means their glasses, their spectacles seemed to be repaired from the bottle bits. All of their time and space are foggy slum, so blot their maps with slums as big as a doom. The poet here explains that slum is their map and their entire appearance reeks of their deprivation. Exactly. They are deprived of everything. So here the time and space is referred to life in the slum, which is very foggy and dim. So blot their maps with slums as big as doom. The civilized world is the world of education, prosperity and beautiful nature. This everybody knows. So according to them, the dirty slums and cramped holes find no place in the civilized world's map. It is like a blot on their map. So here you must have seen that poet repeatedly uses the word fog. He wants to talk about the unclear, vague and dull life of the slum children. Unless governor, inspector, visitor, this map becomes their window and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs. In this last stanza, the poet expresses the appalling truth that there can be no change unless governor, inspector or visitor take some initiative. This map becomes their window and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs. The poet wants that let the students explore the world and let them view the world outside the slums, because The windows of them are always shut like catacombs, and they are confined and forced to live in the world of poverty and helplessness. Hence, the poet appeals the people in power to free the horrendous life of these children. Break, oh break, open till they break the town, and show the children to green fields and make their world run azure on gold sands. The poet here tells that these children must break from the hopeless life of the slum world. They should be able to wander beyond the slums and show the children to green fields and make their world run azure on gold sands. Here, the poet again refers to these children that they should also have a good life. Therefore, he wants that these children should enjoy green fields and run freely beneath the cloudless sky. Run azure me on gold sands means they should run beneath the cloudless sky on golden sands, which indicates the unlimited world. And let their tongues run naked into books, the white and green leaves open, history theirs whose language is the sun. Here, language is the sun stands for energy. So he wants these children to run naked. Run naked means they should run from the open pages of nature. History is theirs whose language is the sun stands for energy and life, and therefore the world which is sustained by the sun standing for brightness, energy and life create history. The poet here feels that these children will also create history one day and will have a very bright future. Thus, Spender ends the poem on a very positive note, and he expresses his belief that people who are ignited by the spirit of knowledge and learning are the one who create history. So it becomes the moral liability. So from this poem we learn that it is our moral liability to break barriers between rich and poor and give a meaningful education to all. The education is the only thing that can bridge the gaps between rich and poor society. I hope this explanation will help you in understanding both the stanzas. Next are the slides of literary devices used in the poem. So go through it and prepare to your level best. If you like this video, give a big thumbs up, like it, share it and do subscribe it.